Slight cock up. Due to being an idiot, I managed to have the last hour in game time on pause. Sorry about that. So let's recap where we are right now. So in the last hour of game turn, we've been chasing a couple of carriers, mainly light carriers. There's a possibility that this might be a carrier, and then there are reports around here. So I'm going to chase these down a little bit longer and then turn back and see if I can't intercept these. My own carrier force is perfectly safe up here. I will check on it and send some strikes in this direction to try and pick something up. These British carriers have been surprisingly elusive. I've been shooting them at ranges like 18,000 yards, which normally would, penetrate all over the place if they were firing at battleships, but I don't know. High-sided carriers seem to be immune to that sort of thing. Don't know quite what's going on. I mean, also very hard to tell. The reporting is so loose between cruiser, carrier, who knows. So a little bit more time. As you can see, we're getting very close to Scarpa Flow. The Rijksgraaf and the Graf's Bay have taken torpedoes as the Von der Tann. The Von der Tann speed has not been effective, which is great. So it says here it's CL, it's not. There is a carrier here, a light carrier, the Biter, which is not long for this world. Do I want the Breslau to pick up survivors? Well, why not? I think the light cruisers have pretty much had it. So, yes. If this resolved itself back into being a carrier, then I would be a bit happier about the whole thing. Also the time and indeed the amount of ammo. So 40 and 46%. And if I went to the front, the forward turret is 21 shots. So mainly in the aft turrets. So we will fairly soon have to disengage from that. It's light. Well, I can't tell anything from light damage. Could be anything. So I still seem to be shooting at the biter. So I think I'm going to give up on that. It's getting very close to Scarpa Flow. Only 50 miles or so. Okay, let's just do 9 more minutes and see if we can land something. You see, there it is, back to being Audacity. It is a thing. I just don't seem to be able to hit it, even though I'm only at just under 18,000 yards. Here come some planes and some more. Berlin, stop racing around the place at high speed. Thank you. Let's cut you down to cruise and then cut you down to like that. Stuff is still limited, 28 knots. I don't know if these guys can actually help things at all. Because, everyone's limited to 28 knots. Z-17, obsolete ship. Engines acting up. Well, I mean, that's a bit judgmental, isn't it? Yeah, my destroyers have been all over the place. So ever so slightly catching up. Enemy aircraft approaching my carriers. What the hell's happened here? Current speed 5 knots. What happened to that? Oh, I probably hit the wrong one. I meant to get the Berlin. Indeed I did. It'll take them a while to pick up speed again. Let's run this a little bit faster. The engine room are going, what the heck is happening here? I'm sorry. Why are you still at 5? I very clearly told you to go faster. Honestly, these controls can be very annoying sometimes. So yeah, that's taken it out from 18 to 28,000. Okay. Enough's enough around that. Let us have a look at the reports. Don't care about destroyers. What about that? So that's saying it's behind us a while back. Yeah, it's that and that. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'm going to head the force back. So far as I know, we've only dealt with the one carrier. So I'm going to send them back that way. I'm going to bring the speed down to 20 knots. And I'm going to put things onto automatic. So hopefully over the course of half an hour, they reunite. So yes, reluctantly, they will all turn away. I don't have the legs. I'm running out of shells. Almost all of my destroyers have loosed off their torpedoes. I think the only fresh units are the lackluster Gneisenau and Lutzow, and even they have shot off 30% of their ammunition, despite constantly and forever being behind. Oh, so Z-32 has been hit by a missile. And another. Funny, it's called it a KE. Vet 32. I've had a look through my order of battle, and I don't know where the 32 is. So maybe it was an escort force. Right, let's run this at full speed and see if we can organize ourselves properly. Some radar contacts melting away. Okay, there's one and another. Let's say that to that. And let's go in that direction and investigate. But before we do, let's see if we've got any reports. So to the north of us, and also to the north of us. So that could be a promising direction. And to the south of us, and straight ahead. Well, I'm liking straight ahead. And going south, all over the place, really. It's a shame there isn't like a plotting thing. I know you can add a note. Let's go straight ahead and see if we run into anything interesting. There's something. Apparently it could be a CL. I don't think I can take this off. No, I can't. So it'll just have to do whatever it is that it thinks it's doing. Now, I'm pretty sure I told the Reichsgraf to be a core with the Graf Spee, but seemingly not. They were right next to each other, and they've just gone off in the other. So it claims to be a Cordelia. I have no particular reason to imagine it's not. Not much I can do. Oops. Farewell, Z16. Still miles outside control, as is the Reichsgraf. So they will just have to do whatever they're doing. I mean, you'd think the Graf Spee is engaging the CV, but I'm not really all that interested in that. Once again, these various reports turning out to be illusory. It's a shame you can't click on these reports and just get rid of them as you go past. So I've cut down the reports. There's a report of a CV here and here. There's a report, an old report of a CV here, going that way. That's history. And then we have this contact or contacts here, Cordelia, the Conquest, and whatever that is, says it's a CL, probably a destroyer. Although the French must have gone somewhere. I'm going to bring the Graf Stauffenberg up to 25 knots. I mean, really, that's the same. So Z32 has been hit by a missile. Let's see if we can find Z32. Okay, I did find it. It's part of the German coastal forces, so it's obviously a destroyer that's on trade protection duties, hence its corvette designation. I've detached it. And that's absolutely fine. Let's carry on hunting. Let's see where we are with our strike forces and our ability to attack some of these. So, really bothered for any of that. This one says that it's a carrier at 12:30. So that's quite a while ago now. Might just exit and let us go to our carrier force and let's do a little bit of searching. So let's okay, I'm going to do a search pattern like this. I'll make it two-phase, see if we can just improve the quality of information. Actually, I might just bring that up and bring this one up as well. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'll include some night search. Not that nighttime is a problem. We've still got 5 hours of daylight. And whilst we're doing that, I guess if we find anything, we probably should prepare some strikes. So let's do it carrier by, well, let's just ready the strikes and then we can decide how to launch them when they come. And auto strike there. Yep, get them ready. Literally just a handful of missiles left and a fair number of torpedoes still available. So let's crack on with this. So unknown ships, it's probably a light cruiser. The Graf Spee and the Reichstag seem to be coming back towards us. Okay, they want to pour with the Graf Stauffenberg. I'm happy with that. The Derwent class, is it? 8 6-inch guns on 3,000 tons. Not sure how they managed that. All right, so survivor damaged entering. So, yep. Let's just say yes to all. No bad thing for the Graf Spey and the Reichsgraf to join up. Well done on Richthofen for being the first to get your aircraft formations all sorted. So that is a light cruiser. It's all well and fine. Just destroyer and destroyer. Not bothered by that. And then this light carrier. Yeah, that's so old. And this carrier. I mean, they're in the same kind of direction, and they both say they're going that way, but that's a long time ago. I'm not going to launch on that kind of data. Launch missiles at Von der Tann. Whoops. Yeah, this does seem like another good reason to be calling it a day. So, Royal Von der Tann's already taken a where is it? Oh, here. Oh, missile hit and a torpedo hit. So let's see. Evading air attack. It hit a mine / torpedo, and medium torpedo, hull hit, fire started. So we just need to watch that, but not immediately causing too much bother. Actually starting to whiz around for air defense reasons. I'm going to lower the speed just down to 20, and those destroyers are struggling. Von der Tann seems to have recovered itself. Let's see what the log says. Slight nonsense there. Fire started, but not seeing any fiery kinds of stuff. So may have got away lightly. No new reports. Be nice if we took out this conquest. Now where's the Graf Zeppelin going? Indeed. Where's the Reichsgraf going? Graf Zeppelin. Yes, let's come under AI control and head towards ships. Thank you. Any reports? Nope. No new reports. Other than obviously this conquest and this alleged CA. Might well be another cruiser. Them all join up. Okay, it's just a escort of all useless things. That's the conquest. Gone still in the water. Oh dear. Probably want to hold fire for 10 minutes on that. At least we get rid of all of our ammunition. I'm just doing 10 minutes. As we've been troubled before by various bits of stuff. Let's put it under AI control and see if the graph spay tags along. Yep, that's fine. I'm nothing if not the humanitarian. The graph spay not joining in. Hey ho. See if any more reports. So a CV up there. Okay, that seems a CV over there. So that was there and there. Not bothered by that. The CV there. So one of these, one of those, one of those. No, actually, one of these, one of those, and one of those. How about cruisers? Cruiser. The time is 3 o'clock. So 12. We don't care about those that are too late. So that gives us 4 reports. So let us let loose our carriers and send them towards, so select all and send them towards this one. And let's do uncoordinated. Oh yeah, that's a big difference. So I'm going to send them out by, well, having said that, if I do those, yeah. Oh, okay. So that doesn't make much of a difference. If I add in the Graf Zeppelins too, that doesn't make much of a difference. So just the Peter Strasser. Okay. Let's launch them. It's because it was uncoordinated. Yeah, that makes a huge difference. So if we take out that and go from there, here, still makes a lot of difference, but it does give us a lot more. Tricky, isn't it? On the one hand, the escort would be a lot stronger. On the other hand, yeah, it wouldn't. So send those off and send those off. And just realized I should be saying yes to strike. Launch that strike as well. Then go over to the second one and we'll pick a different one. And we will select the ones that are ready. Coordinate would bring it to 4 o'clock. 3 o'clock now, that's not actually bad, is it? If I take those off, that makes it, okay. 4:30, I take them off, it gives me 4:12. Well, okay, I'm very happy with that. So launch them as well. Okay. So there is someone up there. So let's see if we can go and track them down. Say yes this time. Oh, they look very nippy. I don't think it's a couple of destroyers. We might be chasing at shadows here. Yeah. I don't think that's a worthwhile target. But I'm going to go into the middle of these reports. You never know. Oh dear. Poor Berlin. Yes. Oops. I meant to say yes. Sorry. Because of the old running it at high speed. There should be sort of an automatic thing. Right. Some boys attacking enemy ships. KE fires. That doesn't look too promising. And some enemy ships having a go at us. And some more. Not seeing any great hits in response. Don't really care about them. Where's that? Oh, miles to the south. 2 carriers. Wow, I was never going to catch them. If that's real, I mean, who knows how this is all split up. British seem to have gone all over the place. Yep. No real results from all of this. The cap intercepting mine, although for no result. Well, there was a CVL, but no hits. This is all getting quite intense. I'd love to know how many of my planes. So the sea state has impacted us. No, actually, yes, it's dropped down to 22 knots, and also it's limiting float plane operations. So yeah, good thing that we're just tootling along at 20. I assume the carriers are doing whatever carriers are meant to do. So as you can see, there is a concentration of stuff going on here. Very hard to know. Let's look at these reports and see if we can whittle them down. So yeah, still showing stuff in this direction. So despite the worsening weather, let's see if we can get anything done. More reports. More reports again. More planes coming in. Ah, sorry, that was CVL bomb hit, CVL bomb hit. Cross fingers, it doesn't like that. I mean, you know, CVLs they're not normally blessed with more to the south with good damage control. Again, through all this stormy weather, the destroyers in particular are taking engine damage. Another report, which we're frankly not really that bothered about, particularly as the report doesn't actually correspond to any radar contacts. Having said that, we now just have spotted a radar contact on the very edge. So let's head towards. Going at that speed, it's probably a destroyer. How are we doing for the sea state? 22 knots. Okay, let's scrunch that up a little bit. I literally have no idea now where on earth. Oh, the rest of the force have all gone down here. Okay. Yep, this literally says that the Gneisenau and the Lutzow are core to the Stauffenberg, and it's completely failed to do anything, whilst the Graf Zeppelin, also core, also not following. I think that's the Reichsgraf, just getting back home. Okay. I mean, you'd have thought this was the 1900s. Sorry, you'd have thought this was the 1890s. That's what I meant to say. Oh yeah, there's just that radar contact. Says it's a CL, but I doubt it. Once again, we sight an unknown. Where are we? Right, so here is Manfred, and looks like it's time to go the other way. Here is a collection of destroyers and cruisers, which is presumably the force that the battle cruisers tangled with a long time ago. So I don't see any virtue whatsoever in engaging them, even though we do have quite a few. So let's see if we can put the Bremen under our control. Let's make that independent and go into line ahead and probably do something with some of the destroyers. Okay, I've taken the light cruisers and 2 destroyer divisions and put them onto manual and send the carriers away. Far away. That's more like it. And then whilst we're bothering about that, let's see about, okay, so they're all unready. So let's auto, and doubt there are any carriers in there, but let us put the target location around about here, or 11 nautical miles away, and let's immediately launch that. Yep, sorry about that, everyone. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and then for these guys, want to select another lot, and yep, let's launch them. Yep, yep. Okay. So that separates it. Now, pretty soon, obviously, the Bremen, let's take it down, and these destroyers are going to run out of command range. The point is to, as quickly as possible, separate them out. Yes, I do. Wow, that's quite quick. Well, I suppose 11 was not very far. Put that there. So between the battle cruisers, these are all just logging off now. All right. So with the Bremen and stuff, I'll take them back because all I need, they're going into AI control anyhow. I just need them to be in between the carriers and these cruisers, and just see if the aircraft can do something. Yep, they're just taking off. And here come the battle cruisers. They're attacking. CV. Oh, there's that sudden CV thing. Can't be helped. We're approaching enemy ships. So let us hope that that actually does stuff. So much anti-aircraft fire. any of the hitting things. 2 torpedo bombers, bomb enemy destroyer. Wow. Actually, we did have a couple of destroyer bomb hits. Nothing really to get super excited by. A couple light cruiser bomb hits. I think the main thing is making sure that they are not getting in the way. Seeing any other particular problems for them? Oh, and here comes dusk. So that should bring things to a halt, and I would expect not much else to really happen unless we accidentally run into those cruisers. And here comes nighttime. Sonar contact. Well, I really don't think we have to worry about that particularly. Are we going to come across anything? Let's bring them down to cruise speed. So, slightly ineffectual air attack, I believe. And yeah, really hard to spot any patterns going. Let's just thin out the report. So all the reports seem to be to the south, even though we know there are some cruisers and whatnots roughly in this area. But I'm not particularly fussed with that. Let's put the carriers into, okay, Bergen and Stavanger. Yep. Yes to all. And just waiting for the end. Here we go. Surely it's any moment now. Well, there you go. 5 rados in the middle of the night. There's another carrier report down in there. And let's put the rest of the fleet into harbour. Nearly running out of fuel. So I wonder if that is it. There we go. Let's just zoom into that. So we lost a light cruiser and 2 destroyers. They lost just 1 CVL after all of that. All right, 3 cruisers, 7 destroyers, an escort, all 10 transports. But yeah, that heavy damaged carrier, that would have been so good. So they are on 39,000, call it 40,000 points. We are on 144,000 points, so we certainly win that. They reach the objective with 4, which is a fail, so the invasion is failed. So hopefully this might be a 2 prestige. Let's look at the aircraft losses. So we lost 81, they lost 151. So that's nice. Air-to-air losses, 5 fighters, 14 torpedoes and 22 dive bombers and 8 medium for us and 4 patrol. And 4 jets for 57. Their air-to-air losses were 73. Uh, 26 fighters, 16 torpedo, and 29 dive bombers. So yeah, okay, we were better in the air. Particularly, their fighter losses were much higher than ours. They lost 22 on a ship, which is presumably the loss of the biter. Um, yeah, AA losses, we lost 10, they lost 15. Okay, let's have a look at the ship details. So they lost their Avenger to 39,000 points, 10 heavy, 79 medium, and 6 light, with a bomb and a missile just thrown in for good effect. So completely and utterly wrecked. Not sure we'll learn much from this. A 500-pound bomb at 6:30 in the morning. Didn't do much for it. That was an early hit. Critical hit on the Reichstag with a 15-inch gun, fire control. I mean, honestly, the list just goes on and on and on and on. I would have to put it into a spreadsheet and color code it to really understand it. But the important thing is just how much superfluous from 11:36 until a minute before noon, just piling in with unnecessary stuff. But that's often the way. Berlin got lost to 3 medium, 4 light, and a torpedo. That's probably primarily just running around too fast, like a crazy person with the AI to think that. The Ark Royal, 16,000 as well. One bomb. Well, that's not the right one. One bomb. Wow, that did a whole world of damage. So it got a 1,000-pound bomb on one of its turrets, which destroyed it. And then it goes into the fire spreading, which they eventually get it under control. Yeah, fire extinguished. So, I mean, actually, that's quite a lot of damage from one bomb. And Phoenix, 2 torpedoes and a whole world of medium and lights. The Reichsgraf, a light hit, a torpedo hit, really, and the Graf Spee, 2 mediums and a torpedo hit. I mean, plus side to them, yes, they're going to be in repair for 1, maybe 2 months, but taking a torpedo, they dropped to 25 knots, but otherwise they were absolutely fine. Ditto the Von der Tann, another torpedo, and a missile. And it still was absolutely fine. In fact, let's look at how that goes. Again, I do wish they color code these, because I want to see not our hits. So a missile hit from the Courageous, which, it kind of shrugged off a bit. It was probably the torpedo hit earlier here from one of its destroyers. But yeah, even then, it was capable of 29 knots with a torpedo and a missile. Whether the missile failed to detonate properly or something. Plenty of destroyers, yeah. Okay, and then have a look at the air details. Actually, this is such an overwhelming thing that it's you have to copy it to a clipboard and look at it properly. So let's go back to the map and have a look if we can make sense of the force flagships. Right. So here is our carriers zooming around and then getting to here and then going back. And here are our battle cruisers mixing it up here with their fleet, giving long and hard chase for some of their carriers, and then going back. And yeah, don't know what's happening with all of this lot. They seem to have started there and gone round and up. So yeah, so here's them at 9 o'clock, and here's us at 9 o'clock. So yeah, we were quite far in advance of them. Okay. Well, phew. Let's come out of this. 2 prestige points, major victory, ramping up the victory points, and unrest level goes down to 6. So that and the invasion has been averted. So the invasion of Norway, because that definitely didn't go well for them. And here we come with the submarine news. So here is the trade warfare summary. So that's really good news, despite the VP blockage and not quite sinking enough capital ships. We sank 5 of theirs. That's really going to hurt them for the loss of only 1, 31 merchant ships. So our running total is the number of transports sunk per U-boat sunk, which at the beginning of the war was like 2 and a bit, 2.5. Last month was 4, has now gone up to 6 transports sunk per U-boat. So that's really, really helpful. And only 1 submarine, coastal submarine lost is excellent. So our total number of submarines is climbing up to 106, I think, at the moment. So that's excellent. So, I mean, I guess the invasion is averted is the big news. Not seeing anything else of huge interest. Let's close that. Let's just check where those little... Okay, they're all in Northern Europe and they're all working up. Monthly balance is 5,800 because of repairs. So, okay, so under construction, just the 2. This is all going to come out in a month's time, which is great. And then here, long list. So only 1 month for Stauffenberg and von der Tann, and 2 months for the Graf Spee and the Reichstag. Actually, we're not going to have any battle cruisers. Oops! Which is why the blockade was 250 points, because if we go to the map and bring this across, we look incredibly weak with only 3 heavy cruisers and 5 carriers. The British have got 3 of their battle cruisers and a battleship back. So yeah, because of the various bits of damage we got, the French still have 2 battle cruisers. So I wonder if they've moved a couple of battle cruisers. France, yeah, they moved 1 back into the Mediterranean. Okay, well, pretty good, but still tantalizingly just out of range. I guess it was disappointing that the battle cruisers couldn't SWAT the light cruiser destroyer escorts for the transport fleet, but they run amok across the transport fleet, so that's great, and just couldn't catch up with the fleeing carriers, nor could they find the carriers. And actually, not to be down on the battle cruisers, because they did do a good job on the invasion fleet, and they did chase away a carrier fleet and sank a carrier and heavily damaged another, whilst the carrier ships, my carriers, didn't sink anything, despite a whole barrel load of air attacks all over the place. So, whether that's the effectiveness of the British air defences, although they took a punishing number of losses with the fighters, they may have warded off the attacks because, yeah, we didn't sink anything with our air power. So that's a bit sad. But still, it's going to be a bit of a skinny month next month. But the submarine war is going excellently, so I'm very pleased with that. So, yeah, join me for May 1947, the 5th month of this tantalizing war, and see what's going to be what. Bye for now.